we were together, would you tolerate cheating from me?
Of course.
You see, this is why people don't have any respect. And I already know what her argument is going to be. This should be a huge red flag to guys, because someone who would tolerate that level of cheating and have no problem with it probably cheats themselves.
I would.
Now, why is that?
Because men biologically cheat. Because you can go sleep with a girl right now and it's just pleasure. For example, we're surrounded right now by a shit ton of amazing clubs. You can walk into the club right now, get super drunk, and just have a one-night stand, but you're still coming home to me, sleeping with me, providing for me, and doing everything you're supposed to. It's just biologically made the men.
Oh yeah, he's still coming home to you and bringing a bunch of STDs as well. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand that there are people who have polyamorous relationships and that works for them. Sure, whatever floats your boat, but it also goes both ways. I've known of women who just go and sleep with a bunch of dudes and don't care about any of them. Is it easier biologically for men to compartmentalize sex versus relationships? Sure, in general. If that's the way that you want to live because society has changed and whatnot, and men don't want women cheating on them, and many men also don't want to cheat on their woman, then just don't be in a relationship, then it wouldn't be cheating. If both of you agree that it's not cheating and you can do whatever you want, then it's not cheating, it's what you both agreed upon. Cheating is when somebody does something that the other person did not agree to. You went behind their back and got something out of an arrangement that ended up being a deception to the other person. If you both go out there and have partners and you're like, I have girlfriends, you have girlfriends, but we're married, I don't see the point of that relationship, but sure, that's what some people do, then it isn't cheating because both of you agree that's what you do. However, why do I get the feeling this person either cheats or she's saying this because she knows that will get men hard over her, and she'll be like, just say what they want to hear. Like those males that go into those feminist rallies and they're like, yes, we have to respect women when they're trying to get laid with the women, just saying all the talking points they think the women will want to hear.
Are gonna go ahead and cheat because it's just pleasure. You know what I mean? It's status, basically, when men cheat.
But when women cheat,
It's disrespect, because when we cheat, it's a connection. Like, we cheat with intention, we cheat with emotion.
I like how she's talking for every single woman in existence. When women cheat, we're not cheating for pleasure. Pleasure? What's that? We women don't like sex. We just like romance. I don't know about you, but human beings in general wouldn't cheat if there wasn't any pleasure involved. Whether you get that out of the emotional thing, this guy's paying attention to you, he's licking you in the way that your partner doesn't, he has the tools to reach places that your partner doesn't, or whatever, it's all pleasure. So I don't know what the hell she's talking about. She sounds like an idiot. You can speak for yourself, but don't speak for everybody. Cheating in general, whether it comes from the man or the woman, is disrespectful. That's why it's called cheating. I'm not saying she is, but I've seen people like this that will say shit like this, and they are the biggest hypocrites. When their man cheats on them, they will throw glass bottles in them and everything and lose their freaking minds, keying their cars, getting into scraps with other bitches. And these are the same people that were like, nah, it's fine. You can do whatever you want. I ain't mad at it. And then they fall in love with the guy, and then they're like, yeah, I don't want you doing that.
You guys don't cheat with emotions, we do. So I don't think a man should stay with a woman that cheats on her.
I would argue that men do cheat with emotions. They have desire. That's what drives them to want to do that in the first place. They really like the woman that they're with. Not all men are exactly the same. They make it seem like all men are walking, talking sex machines. And yes, while human beings in general do have that at our core, it's how we multiply, I understand. There are many situations where males in relationships will be with one woman and they'll go cheat on their wife and not give their wife any. They'll come home and be like, man, I really like this other girl, but I'm already married to this person, or I'm already in a relationship with this person, and they don't put out. They're like, whatever. And you see that they start suffering. Even in situations or cultures where people have many wives, like men have many wives, there's always going to be a favorite because the emotions change towards different people. You're going to like someone more than you like the other one. It's very rare that you'll find someone who loves or likes or has an attraction to someone equally. So if a man is already cheating, it means he's moved on. He's already cheating. He's like, all right, this other woman, I like this other woman enough for me to want to break my commitment with this first girl. And yeah, new women are just what does it for me. I like sex and new things. I don't want to stay tied down to one person. And that's fine. If that's how you feel, that's great. Don't be in a relationship then. or at least break up with the person, or be like, hey, I want to see other people. Are you open to opening our relationship? Which usually ends up disastrous unless both people feel exactly the same way. It's either that or you leave. But many men, they will cheat with emotions. The emotion is lust. I really like that piece of ass. She's hot enough and is doing it for me to want to just forget everything else exists, and that I love somebody who did not want me to do this, and that I don't want sleeping with other people. That's the thing too. Cheaters always, they justify what they do, but then when it's done to them, especially guys, if their girl goes out and does exactly the same thing, nah, that's not allowed, man. I'm not okay with that. Then you know cheating is wrong then. If you're okay with your woman going out there and saying, you know what, it's okay. That's totally fine. I'm going to get dick down over here. I love you, but I just want to feel good, as Jada Pinkett put it. How many guys would have a freaking problem? And she'd be like, no, bro, I love you. Like, there's no other man that can put it down like you, but I do like a little variety. I'm just using these guys. You'd see how many of them stand up like, no, and have a problem with it. Don't give me the whole pregnancy thing, because this is the modern age where people can have IUDs and contraceptives that are really good, foolproof. You don't have to worry about her getting that. The only thing that you'd have to worry about her getting is an STD, which if you're sleeping around with a bunch of different women, you run that risk as well, carrying it back to her. That's really disrespectful to her. And you can't ever be 100% safe if you're sleeping with a bunch of different people, because shit happens, man. I remember a situation where I almost slept with a guy. I really liked him. We really liked each other, and I don't know what was the case. I told the story before in another video. For new people, so me and this like Native American guy, we're almost there, right? And he was about to whatever, and then my friend keeps calling me. Danny, I love you. You saved my life. We were freaking in high school, and we didn't have the ability to go to clinics and take care of things, without our parents. So Danny kept calling me over and over. So it really ruined the vibe, because I'm like, it's okay, just do it. And she kept calling back to back to back to back to back. I'm like, what the fuck? So I got up. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Let me go and take care of this. What's up, Danny? She's like, yeah, is Caroline there? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no. That's what you were calling me 6 times in a row for. She's like, yeah, because I'm really trying to reach her, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, she's not here. I come back. The guy is like, yo, what? And he's like, he shows me the condom. He's like, there was a big ass hole in the tip of it. And now he's the one who took it out of his package. But I guess when he was fumbling with it or whatever he was doing, he didn't realize it. He tore it. And we would have been none the wiser had Danny not called me. She saved my fucking life. So after that, I'm sorry. I still like the guy, but that scared the shit out of me, because one thing I do not want to become is pregnant. And he could have had an STD too. I mean, I would have been his first, but still. So yeah, shit happens. And of all the interactions you're going to have with different people, you're also going to be kissing them in their mouth and kissing them down there, and then going back and kissing your partner. Like, how would you feel if your girl went and sucked a big tub of man milk out a guy's pipe, and then she gargles with it and shit, and then she comes back home and she's tonguing you with his cream coating the inside of her mouth? That shit is nasty, man. Like, I understand it's some people's shtick. I'm not trying to necessarily shame people for that, but you have to understand what you're getting into if you're deciding to go out there and have one person or both parties be with a whole bunch of people. Human beings are layered with coats of juice and saliva and liquid, and a condom isn't enough to stop all of it from getting where it's gonna go. So just saying, you have a cut in your mouth, you kiss someone else with a cut in their mouth, they're biting your lip, they have AIDS, now you have AIDS.
Now, why wouldn't you feel insecure by finding out that I, was blowing another chick's back out?
As women, you're meant to be feminine and protect of the home and stay with your partner and take care of the kids. So if you're providing for me and doing everything you're supposed to, I would definitely tolerate cheating. But if it's a 50-50 relationship, it's like, I'm your roommate. Why are you like making me downfall? Like, that's not cool.
Babe, I have a feeling that this is a you thing, that you like getting cheated on. So speak for yourself. And what kids? What if the women don't have kids? Also, if a man is out there doing other things with other women, if we're talking about biologically, right? Unless you're in a culture where you have different wives and the man has enough resources to provide for all those females, you're now going to have to compete with another woman getting his resources. Because if he, let's say he only has one girlfriend or two other girlfriends on the side, you don't think they're gonna want extra stuff from him? You don't think they're gonna want extra time? So he goes out there, let's say he has money, right? And doing what he's supposed to do, but yet you want something else, and he's like, nah, because these girls are gonna want to start wanting other things too. Girls are just as competitive, even more so as guys, because they're using the men to get what they want. So he's gonna have to start sharing, unless he's filthy rich, which most men aren't. Let's just be real. If you have a very super rich guy, and that's the, or sugar daddy, and that's the agreement you have, sure. Even sugar daddies usually stick to one woman because they're like, is this too much to take to keep track of with all these different women all over the place? Unless you're a freaking Mansa Musa dude or something. That's different. But you're gonna have to worry about resources at some point. And not just that, if you only want money out of it, which sounds like that's what her lifestyle is, she probably doesn't even care about men. She probably is the kind of person that just wants what men has. So it wouldn't matter if the guys cheat on her because she's that sprinkle type of bitch, right? But yeah, you're gonna have to worry about those resources. She said, as long as you're doing what you're doing, which is giving me money, then I don't care what you do, because I can cheat too. So I'm not gonna tell you that, but you can do whatever you want. Just keep giving me money while she's fucking her boyfriend or sending money back home to her family or whatever have you. There are lots of those situations. So that's why I see it as a big red flag, unless it's somebody's kink. There's some people, it's their kink to get cheated on, whatever floats your boat. But that doesn't speak for all women. Most women are not down with that. And trust me, if they're saying, oh, I don't care, they're cheating too. Now, that's not to say, again, that men and women aren't different. The only difference is a lot of these people are stupid when it comes to the conversation surrounding men and women, because there's many women who want to be treated by men and have that lifestyle full of resources, but they don't want to put out or give men what they want. And there are many men that want the traditional roles of women, but they don't have the means to provide for them or live a lifestyle that a traditional woman would want or expect from them. It's like both sides of the radical aisle want something that they're not even prepared to give or to form an agreement on, right? You want a trad girl and you want a good woman who doesn't cheat and that you can be faithful to, whatever. She wants you to be faithful to her and she will do anything for you. If you want somebody who doesn't care that you're running around and cheating, even when you're open about it, then you need to be filthy rich. And even the filthy rich people, their wives are not necessarily okay with that, but they're like, I can't really upgrade any farther than this. That's why Beyonce's still with freaking Jay-Z, man. I mean, let's be honest. The dude is not even that attractive. What does he have? Money. Who's she gonna upgrade to? He's like one of the richest. So she knows, she's like, well, I'll deal with it because I can't do better than him. Either that or he has a huge ass cock. Like, I mean, there's only so much that you can give leeway to. And when women usually stay with people like that, it's because they know that this person is highly sought after. So they'll be hurt, but they'll still look forward to staying with that person in the long run because the person is a catch to them. Or they just don't respect themselves. That being said, woman or man, if you know that cheating hurts your partner, if you see them dying inside because they know that you're being unfaithful to them, not okay with it, and you love them, you're in a relationship with them, why would you keep doing that to them? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's okay. I know people get mad at me for this, but I'm not going to say cheating is never okay whatsoever. There are very specific situations, not saying it's okay, but like, let's say this woman is with a guy and she's faithful, and this guy is just going around running around with other women. He's like, yeah, I'm just gonna do whatever I'm gonna do. I love you, honey. I'm not cheating on anyone. But there's strict evidence, and everyone looks at her like she's dumb because the entire town knows that he's cheating. Chances are, if you're cheating, other people can see. They mind their business, but they can see. And they look at you and they're like, damn, that woman's an idiot, or that guy's an idiot. It looks bad on your partner when you cheat on them, right? So people know. And then on top of that, you know that the person is hurting. They've yelled at you, that you see that they have trepidation over you hurting them again. They don't trust you. And knowing that you are hurting this person this way, or that what you're doing is deceiving them, why would you keep doing it? Even if you end up doing it once, why would you stay in that relationship? You're selfish. You know that the person loves you and you're never going to find something, or it's very rare, unlikely that you would find somebody like this person. So you want to get everything out of the relationship while expecting them to be faithful, knowing that you're hurting them, but as long as you're happy, it's okay. Sorry, but that makes you a piece of shit. Unless you both agree to it, like I said, it makes you a piece of shit. And in that realms, don't be in a relationship. It's not cheating if you're not in a relationship. It's not cheating if you both agree to it. If somebody is hurt by it or someone doesn't want that, then get out of the relationship. If you guys are gone for long periods of time, let's say she gets deported or, you're away at war for 8 freaking years or something, I mean, understandably, you have needs. I know some people are Puritans and they'll be like, no cheating under any circumstance whatsoever. That's not fucking realistic. That's a huge chunk of your life to not have sex. Like, some people, that really matters to them. And it's not like they don't love you, but dude, 8 years? Like, come on. That's a long... Even like, freaking stretching, maybe say 2 years, 3 years. You don't know when this person's coming back. And you're lonely. Even as a guy, you don't know when you're going to freaking die out there at war. You have an opportunity to feel a warm body beside you. It's been 5 years since you've seen your freaking wife. At that point, it's not even really a marriage. You're basically on break. Unless you're one of those people who, like, you're strictly, super, super faithful. If that woman wants to feel good, whatever. If you as the guy want to feel good, you're away at war, whatever. You come back to each other. In the end, it's like jail. A lot of people go to jail, men especially, they end up doing things, getting turned out to survive. Does that mean that's what they wanted and they don't love their wife outside? No, of course not. But what are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? So I think people like clutching their pearls and stuff, but you have to be realistic in these situations. However, in the main sphere, in the general consensus of relationships, I think we can all agree that cheating is not okay from either side. I recently learned, men, they say that men cheat more than women. I think there's partly true, that's partly true, but that's also partly false. I think in the past, women didn't have as many opportunities as men to cheat because in certain cultures, they didn't have rights, and then, they were the property of men. But now that women have liberation, they're human beings. If they can, they would cheat just as much, if even more. The only thing that's different is that women are better at hiding it. Men, they're stupid, and they mess up. Women mess up too. If you're cheating, you will eventually get caught. But women are way, way better at it, or men are way more ignorant to it. Whichever way you want to spin it. But I think I would gather that they're pretty similar to the propensity for cheating, men and women. Just saying. And not all women that cheat on their partners, they just automatically fall in love with this other guy. I don't want to hear if she cheated, you weren't doing something right. Oh, please. Because the man can make that same argument. You weren't doing something right, that's why he cheated. He wasn't happy. It doesn't matter. Leave the relationship.